welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sherika and you are tuned into the first episode of Kicking It with Sherika. Let's jump right in and get to exactly what this YouTube channel is about. So a few months ago, I joined a few Facebook groups that are catered to people who are interested in lap band, gastric sleeve, gastric balloon, and gastric bypass surgery. And in this group, a lot of questions come about. Sometimes they get answered and sometimes they don't. So I thought it would be a good idea for me to document my process or my story from start to finish in hopes of being of some type of assistance to other people. I know a lot of the questions that come about, they relate to me quite a bit due to certain medical conditions that I have and things like that. So I feel like the best way for me to do this is to allow you to really get to know me and my story. So I want to give you a little bit of my background, a little bit of my history, medical history, just so you know exactly what led me up to this and what I'm currently dealing with. I have struggled with my weight for a very long time. Since I was a teenager, I have been struggling with my weight. I have tried so many types of diets, the Hollywood diet, the cottage cheese diet, fasting for 30 days, the water diet, you name it, I did it. Atkins, keto, the works. I did it all, and it all led me back to exactly where I am right now because I was more so worried about the weight instead of worrying about the problems that were leading to the weight. So I have been seeing a nutritionist for the past few months and gotten some really helpful tips on how to create a lifestyle change. It has helped me to line myself up for when I actually do have the gastric bypass procedure. And I know a lot of people, they look at me and they're like, gastric bypass? Like, you're not even that big. And it's not about being this, my size. My BMI currently, I believe, is like 44. So for my height of 5'3", that is way too big for my height, and it's a lot on my body. Like, I'm tired all the time. I get short of breath. I don't sleep well. And just my body aches. I have a lot of aches and pains, knees, hips, everything, you name it. And at my age, I'm only 32, and at my age, these are not things that I should be going through. These are things that usually occur later on in life. And due to lack of caring for my body when I should have, I am dealing with these issues now. So the nutritionist has helped me to get things in order for when it's time to have my procedure. So she's gonna stay with me throughout the process, even after the surgery. So we're going to continue to work together to ensure that I stay on track with my eating habits. It took me a very long time to make this decision to finally have gastric bypass. I was a little bit scared about going under the knife, but with everything that is currently going on with my body, it's just as scary as going under the knife. So I'm like, let's do it. It's time. I've been struggling for way too long. I feel like I have done all that I can. I have exhausted all of my options. I followed the nutritional plans from some of my other providers, and it just did not work. So I am finally here starting the process, and it's been a little bit overwhelming, I should say. There's a lot that goes into this, depending on your insurance, I should say. But for me, I'm having to see a psychiatrist or a psychologist, a nutritionist, my primary, and any other specialist that I see. I have to have a release from them or a pre-op clearance from them. So that has led to a ton of doctor's appointments along with a ton of bills. But if I don't take care of myself now, I'm going to be paying for it later. So I have to do what I have to do, and I'm just going to go through with it. So my first first visit was supposed to be to my primary, but my primary was not available. So I thought, why not go ahead and just get everything else out of the way? So I did make my appointment with a cardiologist. I made an appointment with my endocrinologist, neurologist, gynecologist, anybody who could say, hey, yes, she needs this procedure done. I made an appointment with them just so I could have that ready to go when it was actually time. The longest part of the process so far for me has been getting that clearance from my cardiologist due to other medical conditions that I do have, but I'll talk about that in another video later. So I have coming up a few appointments. I believe it's finally with the primary. She said we can finally sit down and talk about everything. She was on board for it a little while ago, and she was trying to push me to do it, but I just wasn't ready. I felt like if I gave a little bit more effort that I could do it on my own. And I tried. I really tried, and I had started the keto diet. But due to other medical conditions, I ended up having to stop doing the keto diet. So I'm really hoping that my next appointment with her goes really well and just puts the icing on the cake, and we can finally submit to the surgeon's office and to the insurance. After that, I will have a follow-up appointment with the surgeon, and we will see what happens from there. Hopefully, I get a date. I am so ready to have this procedure. It took me a long time to get on board, but I'm on board and I'm ready for everything that is coming about right now. So I hope this information was a little helpful for someone out there. I will do a few more really detailed videos pertaining to the insurance, pertaining to certain medical conditions that I have, as well as any questions that you guys may have. You're welcome to ask me anything. I do have a lot of good information that I'm ready to give. I'm ready to help anyone who is going through this process, as the help has been there and available to me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the alert button so that you can stay tuned for Kicking It with Sherika. So I will see you guys next time.